Brand new. We just bought her today. What do you think? A little better than the old one? God bless America. Morning, everybody. Welcome to Harkey Homesteader channel. Well, this morning I am going to replace the bar on my chainsaw with a larger bar. This is a Husqvarna Rancher chainsaw, and I've had it for a few years. It's got a 20-inch bar on it, and I'm going to replace that bar today with a 24-inch bar so I can cut larger logs. And I've ordered this new bar from Forester Pro Series, and it was a little cheaper than the actual Husqvarna bar, so I chose to buy it. But there's pretty good ratings on it, and I think it'll be just fine. Sometimes you just go with what you can afford. I don't know if my camera's working. Okay. Well, first thing I do, probably put my gloves on would be a good idea. And we'll go ahead and get some rubber gloves on here, and we'll release these two nuts. Chainsaws are pretty easy to work on. Sometimes they're intimidating to some people, but if you have a basic sense of mechanics, I think you can just about do anything. And I've always pretty much maintained my own tools and fixed them when I can. And when I can, I do take them to a professional, but most of the stuff I do myself. A lot of chainsaws, the thing about them is just regular maintenance. You know, they get a lot of dirt and dust in them, and you have to clean them out and make sure they got oil, that kind of thing. Always like keeping it out. Then I clean things out as I go. Bar's a little old and I probably will replace it, but I've been wanting to convert to a 24-inch bar, and now I have finally gotten one. Now that I've finally gotten one, I'm going to put a larger tree. I have some large trees that my son has gotten for us, and he's a framing carpenter, and he's out on a job site right now where they cut a bunch of trees down, and the owner gave them to us. So I'm going to take advantage of that. Most of the trees I get from my sawmill are usually just given to me. And I very rarely buy trees for the sawmill. All right. This is always kind of fun trying to get your chain untangled. There's a trick to it. I usually just keep fiddling with it till it gets untangled. This one's got a bunch of them in it today. Let's see what we can do here. All right, still got two. It just seems like they keep coming back. When you untangle one, then another one develops. Okay, well, shoot. Crap. Look at that, I got two more down below now. I get two out and then two. Well, yeah. All right, now we still have two. I know there's a trick to this, and I've never quite figured it out. I just mess with them until I get them. Oh, still there. Doggone it. Bingo! Don't even know how I did it. But you just take and put your bar on. Make sure you're over the sprocket and back. And you get those little teeth there inside the bar. There's a rail there, like a chute, groove. And you just kind of lay them up in there until you get that in there. I had a friend years ago who's now passed away. His name was Bill Tanner, and he was a professional tree climber. And he taught me a lot about maintaining chainsaws, because that's all he ever did was use chainsaws. Boy, that boy, he could climb a tree, and it was just amazing watching him cut down trees. I used to go and help him on weekends and do side work. He did all the climbing, and I held the ropes and let the branches down and that sort of thing. I remember one time he was way up in a pine tree, and he was topping it out, and I realized down below him was a large bee nest, beehive, and it was between him and the ground, and he was way up in the tree. And all of a sudden I started seeing all these bees flying around, and I'm yelling at him, "Bill, you got bees, you got bees!" And he didn't get real concerned about it. I was scared to death because I didn't know what he was going to do. But it didn't bother him. He was an old West Virginian, and I guess he probably dealt with it before. And anyway, he let him settle down a bit, and he lit up a cigarette and started blowing smoke around himself, and he just climbed right down through them. It was pretty amazing. He came from a family of 13 kids. Big family from West Virginia. They all lived up on the top of a mountain in West Virginia. And he's a good friend of mine, him and his wife Patty. And they're both gone now. They passed away. Unfortunately, they both were heavy smokers. And I think that contributed to their passing. But good old Bill, boy, what a tree climber. Anyway, he's the one that taught me chainsaws. All right, once you get the chain in place, pull up on your bar. There's an adjusting screw there. You just tighten it. And before you let go of that bar, you snug up them nuts real good. And remember, tight is tight and too tight is broke. So you just snug them up pretty good. Check that chain. That seems to be pretty good. See how it snaps back? Don't look bad. Finish tightening them. Remember, tight is tight, too tight is broke. Alright, that is ready. Now I'll be able to cut a tree 4 inches wider than what I used to. That old bar was 20 inches, this one's 24. So let's start her up. And this is a pretty heavy saw. I know they make them bigger, but this is heavy, and I'll tell you, when I'm out in the woods doing this, she gets heavy. Well, I wonder if she's out of gas. I ran her yesterday, didn't check the gas, so it could be. Usually starts up in the second or third pull. There's a little in there, but not a lot. And I don't have my gas down here. It's up at the sawmill. Let me try it again, just see if I can get it to start. She's running out of gas. Now when you put a new chain in and you run it a little bit, it'll loosen up. So it's just kind of stretching into shape. So you loosen those two nuts again. Just a little bit. Hold up on the end of the bar and tighten the chain. Counterclockwise, tighten. Okay, good. All right, she's ready to go. All I have to do is put some gas and oil in her, and she's ready to go. So anyway, that's how you put a new bar on your chainsaw. I have 3 chainsaws, and it's always good to have a spare. And when I go on the job, I take all my tools, all my winches and chains, so I can strap logs onto a trailer I have. And I always keep plenty of saws with me just in case one breaks down. Extra chains. I keep all my tools in that box right there. And it seems to do the job. Usually I can fix any kind of a breakdown. So hopefully folks, you enjoyed this video, and we appreciate you watching. And if you like it, please like and subscribe, and we'll make some more for you. Thanks for watching. God bless.